Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new disc golf video. Today we're doing another disc comparison, and this is one that I've actually been waiting to do for a while now, and that is between the Felon and the Getaway from Dynamic Discs. And you may be thinking, these discs are different, they're completely different, they serve different purposes, but you'd be shocked with how similar these discs are. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so I've got a Lucid Felon. This is just a stock Lucid Felon that I got, and it's in pretty new condition. Same thing, I've got a Fusion Getaway here. Shout out to Rising Am Disc Golf for hooking me up with this one. But these are pretty much in brand new condition. We're gonna go ahead, get a little profile comparison, and we'll get into the throws. Alright guys, here is the Lucid Felon. As you can see, very, very flat. Very flat. Feels great for the forehand. Nice overstable feel. A lot of people like it for the forehand. It's great for the backhand too. And that's the profile of the Felon. All right, here is the Getaway, guys. You can see a bit more dome than the Felon. Depending on the Getaway, you may get a bit more dome. You may find a bit flatter one, but this one tends to be on the flatter side, I would say, and feels great. So also very popular disc from Dynamic. We're gonna go ahead and see how they compare in flight. All right guys, so basically I'm going to throw these on different angles and see how they compare. Now, as you can see, I do have a tree line and these are drivers, so I won't be able to fully... Man, that guy thinks he's cool or something. All right, so as I was saying, these are drivers, 9-speed drivers, so I could easily reach that tree line. So obviously I'm not gonna throw 100% power because then I may lose one of the discs in my backyard, which would stink. So basically, I'm just gonna throw them on different angles. We'll see how they react. Backhand, then forehand. Let's go. All right, obviously it's a Felon. It can hold a hyzer. It's overstable. Getaway. Literally no surprise there. I think that was about as identical as I could have thrown them. Nice low pushing hyzers, so we'll go ahead and throw them flat. All right guys, we are gonna go ahead and throw these flat. We'll see which one fades out first. Judging by the flight numbers, the Felon should fade out first. The Felon is listed as a more overstable disc, but we'll go ahead and see how they compare. All right, now on to the Getaway. That right there is the biggest difference in those two discs right there. You saw they're both overstable. I threw them flat. They went straight for a little bit and then had a consistent fade. Comment down below, what do you think the biggest difference in these two discs is? All right guys, before we throw these on Anheuser, I'm gonna actually throw the opposite way. I learned the hard way that my backyard, the rain has not dried out yet. So it's currently a swamp back there and I just had to go fish out these two discs. So we're gonna throw the other way and then hopefully that'll work out better. All right guys, if you couldn't guess the biggest difference, it's the glide. So the Felon actually has a glide of 3. I'll put on the screen what the Getaway has. But that is the difference. The Getaway glides for days. A lot of people who throw the Getaway say it goes as far as their distance drivers, and it really does. You know, my Getaway only goes around 30-40 feet shorter than my distance drivers, and it's super, super cool. So that's the biggest difference, is obviously the feel in the hand and the glide, but we'll go ahead and throw some backhand anhysers. I don't know if you guys could hear it on camera, but actually a huge, like 10-mile-an-hour headwind just picked up when I threw that Getaway. So it's normally not that flippy. Trust me, it's not. But I will say, in an accurate throw, if I released them on the same amount of anhydrous, the same amount of power, the Felon would come out quicker because it's built to be a bit more overstable. The Getaway with that glide kind of glides all the way out and holds. So I feel it starting to sprinkle. We're gonna throw one forehand with each and then we'll finish up the video. All right guys, it is starting to sprinkle, but I am gonna throw just a flat forehand with each disc so you get to see the comparison there. All right, that was a pretty good comparison between those two. On a forehand, you can really see the difference in glide. I released them both flat, and obviously, you know, I'm throwing like 60% forehands, and I'm throwing them, so they both start kind of immediately hyzering, but the Getaway, as you can see, glides a bit more, and I'll show you where they both ended up, and you'll see the Getaway goes a bit further because of that glide. All right, guys, it actually wasn't as big of a difference as I thought, but the Felon right there, Getaway right there, probably around, I don't know, 8 feet further. All right, guys, so between the comparison of the Getaway and the Felon, basically the Felon is a tick more overstable and does not have very much glide. So the Getaway is still overstable, not as overstable as the Felon, but definitely manageably overstable, but it's got that glide. So my recommendation is, if you like a disc with a bit of dome, not much, guys, it's really not that much difference between the Getaway and the Felon. If you order a Getaway on the Dynamic Discs website, just put in the note section, hey, I just want a flatter Getaway, and they'll hook you up with a flatter Getaway. But basically the difference is the Getaway's got that more glide, more distance potential, and as it beats in, it honestly can go about as far as your distance driver. So I would recommend, if you guys are looking for an overstable driver, backhand and forehand, either of these will work. But if you're looking for a disc with more glide, still the same overstability, check out the Getaway opposed to the Felon. Very, very nice discs, great feel in the hand, both high quality discs. Make sure to check them out, dynamicdiscs.com. That is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.